Hello, mystical stars. It's Erin. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. Today, the topic we are inquiring about is what does my heart most need to know for today? So, this is a reading for the next 24 hours. What does my heart most need to know for today? And you can listen to all three readings, or you can choose from pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3, and then use the timestamps to skip to the one that you most feel drawn to. So I can't wait to read for you today, and I'll catch you in the section that you chose. All right. Hello, number ones. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. Let's go ahead and get started. Once again, tune into your heart. Ask to be connected with your higher intelligence and your spirit guides so that you can receive the messages that will most benefit you today. So, number ones, we have first judgment. So the judgment card is about letting go of things that no longer serve you. It's also about listening to a higher power. You can see hopefully you can see, this pine cone here represents the third eye, represents the pineal gland. And so this card is about looking for truth and being set free by the truth by releasing that which isn't true. So it's a lot about new starts, following your guidance, letting go of the old, welcoming in the new. So we have that as our starter card. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So here, what we have is, looks like you have two different influences here. One being stability, stability with money, income, etc., and the other being boundaries. And there's a need for setting clearer boundaries in your life. And it feels as if you are concerned that if you do embody the Queen of Swords, who is very clear-minded, and as you can see, she passes judgments. She's about boundary setting. But I think there's a fear that if you set boundaries and say what you really want to say and what you really mean, that you might lose your stability here. But notice as well that the Knight of Pentacles isn't going anywhere either. So there's a bit of stagnation. You can also see it in the colors. Like these clouds here are kind of a murky off-white. The sky is kind of depressing. But we also see a bird which mirrors the wings in this representation of the pineal gland here. So there's freedom in using your discernment and setting those boundaries, but what about your security and stability? Let's put this to a practical example. So let's say you are you're at work and you can see that there are some gaps, let's say, in what the management should be taking care of that lead to inefficiency and maybe obstacles and struggles for others, including yourself. Now, do you say something about it or not? You know, because you don't want to risk having any kind of antagonistic relationship with anyone at work. So this is now your call, this judgment is saying you can't, this is your call to action. You can't continue just being stagnant for the sake of stability. It's time to start speaking up. So that job example was just one possible example. It could look differently for anyone. It could be your home life. It could even be your relationship with yourself, with the part of you that wants to get things done versus the part of you that wants everything to stay as cozy and comfortable like they are. So there's this call to change here, but also some comfort in the stability. But the Judgment card says change is happening. Let's pull from this deck. Here is my Empath Oracle that I created. We're going to pull a card from here, talk about it. So it says, find a person that you can trust and ask them to listen and be a sounding board for you. Sometimes a compassionate ear is necessary for us to move past our struggles Is there someone you know or with whom you can share your thoughts and feelings? So this can also relate to the Queen of Swords because she is also about communication. So if you look at this, you can see that this Judgment card, the pattern here shows triumph or victory because everything has an upward movement. And this third eye pineal gland visual here is also high in the sky with wings symbolizing victory. And so there's a feeling that though you might have been hesitant to speak up, now is the time. And it's going to work out for you. We're going to go ahead and pull some additional oracle cards for you, number ones. Let's find what your heart needs to know and the best way forward, because this looks like a situation that could be contributing to some anxiety for you. Certainly would be for me, when you know you need to make some changes, but you're afraid to rock the boat. So we've got the Strange Woman Oracle. We're going to give it a quick shuffle and see how you can get out of this situation, get through it with minimal stress and maximum comfort. So we have the Maidenhair Fern. So this refers to a young woman. We're going to stick this right here. Be cautious. A delicate situation requires extra care and attention. Do not be in a hurry. So this is letting you know that that you're feeling your instinct that this is a precarious situation. This balance is correct. And it's going to be very helpful for you to talk about it with people you trust, maybe other people, if it is a work situation, other people that you work with, other people who will understand you, but whom you trust. I'm going to pull another oracle. We have the Herbalist. So the Herbalist refers to nourishment, healing, and recovery, and may refer also to an earth sign. So it's funny that this comes up because I had a strong feeling that at least for some of you that you work in the medical field, I kept seeing visuals of people going to check on patients or residents. It might be a retirement home, some kind of caretaking field. So then I pulled the Herbalist, which is about medicine, which confirmed that feeling for me. Sometimes I don't want to get super specific, but there are times where that's important because for a lot of you, this may be the case. Either you work in the medical field or perhaps you have a loved one who is in hospice or needs long-term care. And regardless, there's someone who is in charge and you realize that a change is needed. So if it's someone you know who's receiving care, maybe you recognize that they are not getting the kind of care that they should have, but it's really hard for you to say that for one reason or another. For a lot of you, I feel that you work in the medical field and there's issues that need to be brought to resolution, or attention needs to be brought to them, and you might be the one who has to speak up about it. So let's pull from the Empath deck again, because this sounds like a emotionally challenging situation that Empath cards may be able to help with. So in this situation, it's important to address family issues. It's time to heal some mental and emotional pain. It could mean that you reach out to a family member to have a discussion, or it could just as easily involve keeping a distance and working on it yourself. You can ask a higher power to lift old energy out of you to help you release this issue. It's important for you to move beyond it. So yeah, this is causing you stress. It's really important for you to be able to resolve this and move past it for your own sake. And for those of you who may have a family member on hospice or receiving care, this family issues card may well refer to that. Or if it's your healthcare provider and it's people or someone in your care, maybe you need to talk to their family. And for some of you, the stressful situation you're in might be triggering old family issues for you. For example, if you have panic or fear about speaking up, maybe that's an old issue from your childhood you might want to talk to a therapist about, or meditate with, or get some healing around, or just to think about that aspect as well. So the main theme is resolving tension and having to speak up. So we're going to pull again from the Strange Women Oracle. We're going to do a shuffle. These cards, I'm not the best shuffler in the world, but these cards, oh, that just popped out. We'll go with this. We have the bat, or bats. A very intuitive card, because bats are beings who listen to vibrations. And we have in the booklet, it says self-reflection, self-awareness, and listening to yourself. Don't rely on your eyes only. So intuition. But more specifically, this card is about, listening to yourself. And interesting that I had put it next to the Queen of Swords, setting her boundaries there. So this is the message for you, number ones. What your heart needs to know right now is that your spirit guides are acknowledging the struggle that you're going through. It's a mental struggle. And it's also having to do with livelihood or the life of another person you love. And this is about you working through your own inner child trauma so that you can say what you need to say and heal some of that trauma as an adult now. And I feel that there is another person, or maybe several people, depending on your situation, who is depending on you to say something. And this is kind of your soul lesson right now. So you're being divinely guided in this area, and you can request for angels who surround you to guide you so that your path forward will be as straightforward and easy as possible for you. You don't have to overthink it too much, just trust. It's your intention for healing and the highest good that really matters here. And you have a lot of support from the universe in overcoming this issue, because it is a soul lesson. And so there's a lot of invisible support for you. Really trust yourself. Know that you are a healer. Yes, it's a delicate situation, but by following your third eye here in the Judgment card, you've got this. You don't have to do it alone, but it ultimately is up to you to speak up. All right? Sending lots of love to you, number ones, and may your path forward be as gentle as possible. Hello, number twos. I'm so happy that you are sharing this time with me right now. So card number one, we have Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a gorgeous, gorgeous card for gorgeous, gorgeous ladies, or anyone who has accomplished a lot for themselves. You don't have to be female. And for our other two tarot cards, we have the Ace of Swords, woo, and the Knight of Cups. This is celebration. I'm liking this energy here. Ace of Swords, being clarity, victory. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which is an offering of an open heart and freedom. We have these wings, a message of upliftment. It's a great card. That's a good foundation for you. Let's pull some Empath Oracle cards. Your cards that I've made to help you work through emotional issues, called the Empath Oracle. So here we have Heal Your Aura. It's a good time for energy work. Get some Reiki, recite healing affirmations, spend time in nature, take a salt bath, or do whatever calls to you to strengthen, clear, and heal your aura. Healing our energy field can start with choosing a loving and gentle attitude with ourselves. Do what you can to uplift your energy, which is interesting because all of these cards are so uplifting already. So this seems to be telling you that you are due some beautiful change, like energy, and welcoming change right now would be a good thing for you. Make room for it. Let it in. You know, for you number twos, I'm feeling drawn to the Woodland Warden Tarot. Okay, we have the Trout and Lily of the Valley, Purification. Again, it's time to be healed. So now the cards are starting to affirm themselves. That number twos, this is the next 24 hours. It's time for you to acknowledge how far you've come. It's time for you to recognize what a beautiful person you actually are, what you are capable of, how loving you are, how much you have accomplished. There's a feeling, number twos, that a lot of you are high achievers, but you may not give yourself enough credit. You probably overachieve and undervalue your achievements. So it's time for you to open that cup of love for yourself and let some of that self-appreciation reach you. When other people compliment you, especially at work, receive the compliment. It's very much deserved. We're going to pull from the Strange Woman Oracle. We have Magnolia. And we're going to pull one more. Actually, we're going to pull two more. We have Roots. I'm going to pull three more. I lied again. And Morals. Morels. So morels are the hidden delicacy of the forest. And I think you have been hiding. Magnolias, however, they do not hide. They are very obvious, flamboyant flowers. And in the booklet, Magnolia refers to success, harmony, success, affirmation. So the cards are starting to affirm the message. And so they're saying you're either on the brink of extreme recognition and success, but I was going to say, or you already have it, but you haven't given yourself permission to accept it all the way. And I think for most of you, that's the case. Roots talks about hidden capacities as well, because we have this vial, this magical potion being cradled by the roots. You can't see it. Same with morels. You can't see them until they actually, the fruiting body starts to grow, but otherwise you have no idea where they are. And I think that you are also kind of a hidden gem, especially mostly to yourself. I think other people see clearly what you bring to the table and what you have to offer. So for Roots, it's telling you that your answers are below the surface. So we have both of these cards indicating something below the surface. So number twos, it's time to start tapping deeply into your astral body, your emotional field, your dream body. They're all basically the same thing. It's the hidden part of you that is your spiritual side, that is your intuitive side, that is the part of you that your soul communicates with. And then we tune into this part of our soul, and that's how we get our answers. So to do this, you might want to consider maybe pulling up an astral travel musical playlist on YouTube or something like that, and lay down and hold very still and just go into a deep state of relaxation in order to really tap into your own inner guidance. I feel you'll embody your own worth even more as you get in touch with your astral and emotional field. The astral field is the part of our spirit that astral travels, and that is often awake and aware in dreams. And it is also very closely tied in with our emotions. So that all kind of comes together, spirit and emotion. That is the guidance for you over the next 24 hours, number twos. Really practice that self-love and self-acknowledgement. We're going to pull another Weaver Tarot card. We have the Three of Coins, or the Three of Pentacles. And that shows that as you learn how to acknowledge yourself and your own victories, you are going to be able to attract people who are going to take you even further. and have mutual benefit between all of you. Three of Pentacles is about building. And I just see so much success for you, number twos. We have this triangle shape here in the Three of Coins, which indicates success, working with others. But it's the success part that keeps drawing my attention the most. So it's time to not be hidden anymore. It's time to let yourself really bloom and let yourself be healed. So if you decide to take some time to meditate, please let me know in the comments or message me and let me know how that went for you, because I'd love to hear from you. So self-love is the key word for you, number twos, today. Thanks for spending time with me, and I'll see you in the next one. And welcome, number threes. Thanks for spending some time with me today, and let's take just a minute to connect in with your heart and ask for your guidance to bring through the message for you that you need, so that the aspects of the message that are meant for you will be clear for you. You can get what you need from this reading. So with that, let's begin. What does your heart need to tell you for the next 24 hours, number threes? We have the Five of Coins, or Five of Pentacles here. And that often is about feeling down and out, down on your luck. We have the Page of Cups, which can be communication or new ideas. And we have the Ten of Wands, which is a lot of responsibility. So number threes, right now you are feeling the stress. You are feeling the stress and you don't know where your support is going to come from right now. You might be responsible for someone dependent on you, whether it's a child or doesn't have to be a child. You might feel like a need to look out for others in your family or people around you. They may not be a literal dependent, but you feel responsible. There's people or potentially even animals you feel responsible for. It doesn't have to even be people. And you're not being supported in that. And you're feeling the stress. So let's find out what advice and guidance. I almost said advice. Advice and guidance. Advice. Do you need today, number threes? This is the Woodland Warden deck. We have the Fox and the Ivy, which says adaptability. Let's see if I can get it to come into focus here. Here. Adaptability. I think that this also refers to a guide that you have, an animal guide. You might have a fox guide or maybe a coyote guide, and they are very sneaky and tricky and smart, and they can help you. So let's acknowledge that. And then we have the Bobcat and Blackthorn. This is about patience. So it looks like the cards are asking you to play the long game here, to be smart and patient. Let's pull from the Weaver Tarot again. We have the Three of Cups, which is community, celebration, family, all of that. So what I'm seeing here with the adaptability and the patience card, I'm seeing like if you're waiting on funding or waiting on support from others, it will actually come through for you, is what I'm hearing. The breakthrough or help that you're waiting on or looking for will come through with patience and Three of Cups. That seems pretty clear. Let's ask for more guidance on how to deal with this over the next 24 hours. We have the Queen of Cups, and we have the King of Wands. So this is telling you, on one hand, to call on your masculine energy. This King of Wands is very similar to the Emperor energy. It's being in charge, calling the shots. And we have the Queen of Cups, who is mature emotionally, and she's also can be on the sensitive side, but she is also known for her strength. Okay? So it's asking you to kind of balance out the need to take control with the need to, stay strong internally and emotionally. I see the number threes, your energy is coming across as very earthy. A lot of you might be an earth sign. There's a lot of Taurus energy here, from what I'm picking up anyway, not necessarily in the cards themselves. But what I'm seeing is like number threes, you know how to create stability. And you've always done it, and you've always taken one step in front of the other, even when you're under stress and under a burden. But lately, you've been in need of some celebration, some breaks. Maybe you need to go to the bar with some friends to kind of remember who you are, to remember that you do have that King of Wands energy, being able to make hard choices and have mastery over the situation that you're in. And you also have the emotional resilience of the Queen of Cups. You need to go out with others and kind of get some perspective by being social, to have these other qualities that you possess reflected back to you, so that you're not just in stress mode all the time, in desperation mode all the time, in the parts of your life where you don't feel like you have support. So these cards are reminding you that there's a lot more to you than you realize when you're under stress. When we're under stress, we sometimes only see the parts of ourselves that seem weak. You know what I mean? Like when we have to be our strongest, we often feel that we are at our weakest. But that's actually an illusion. It's not even true. So this is a kind of advising you to take a break and to remember that there's more to life and more to you than the struggles and hardships. We have the Hermit card, reminding, which is about like the internal long-term struggle in a way. And it's reflecting that, you might be good at this. You might be good at doing hard things alone. We can see this bright, beautiful star hidden in the center of the lamp that is the Hermit's lamp. And it's good to remember that this is who you are. The star inside the lamp is who you are. Let's pull one more from the Woodland Wardens Oracle. We have the Mouse and the Buttercup, which is corresponds with the Fool in the Tarot. And this is about innocence. And it's reminding you, this makes a reminder of why you started, why you do what you do. I feel that number threes, you have a lot of compassion for others. Referring back to this card, the Page of Cups, feeling a lot of compassion for those younger than you, smaller than you, dependent on you. And that's kind of your reason for why you work hard, why you stay committed and devoted to what you do. And so I feel like this is where it's at. And your internal balance will be restored fairly quickly. So number threes, thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your time with me. And I hope this resonates. Let me know in the comments what you think and how this has helped you. Wishing you the best. Bye for now.